Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the GMology Presents. It is Monday, and that means what's in the box. So this particular package from Whalebacker out of Saginaw, Michigan is 10 and like weird eights, 10 and a half, we'll say. So 37 centimeters or so by, here we go, 13 inches, 33 centimeters, and it is uh 3.5 or 9 centimeters thick. Handy dandy, cut away. 2 cuts should be enough, and the rest is strength. So I honestly, like I said, I don't remember what everything's on it. Um, okay. Right there when I thought it would be. Oh no, this is Coriolis, the Great Dark. So one of the latest offerings from Free League. I have I got the book, so here's like a little 8 by 10 little poster thing of it that I can put out here on my shelf or maybe behind me as decoration. Things there. I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah, there you go. Coriolis, the Great Dark. And lift the octopus. Right. In it, yeah, this is kind of spoiler, by the way. This kind of looks like the little, except it has more than one eye, but kind of looks like the little creature from Alien Earth. Anyway, Coriolis, the Great Dark, the core CRB core rulebook. Explorers in a dangerous world, you do the work that few others will. Enigmatic ruins of the Great Dark are shut by most, but not by you, etc. Secrets of the Blight. So there's a map of the Lost Horizons. So I think it's different than the previous area of the Coriolis game line in the first edition. It's a game about exploration and mystery. Science fiction role-playing game about exploration and intrigue where you'll join dangerous expeditions, navigate the Byzantine schemes of Ship City, and hunt for keys and unlock the mysteries of this lost horizon. So yeah, part of a crew before the great adventure into this new universe, the Lost Horizon, etc. So playing the game, we have 15 chapters and an appendix, or yeah, one appendix. So here's a different layout than, yeah, it's actually is a different. Here's sort of the other table of contents here, or visual representation. So different layout than previous Free League books. I wonder if they're going to do that or take that to the Alien edition here. So intro, your explorer, core mechanics, combat and hazards, the bird and its powers, rules for birds and other mystic powers. So I guess that's the like drones or your comm, equipment and vehicles, the Lost Horizons, the intro to the setting, and the Enigma guilds and factions, Ship City, Juma and the charted space, the known star systems, and the slipstreams that connect them, and then delving into the abyss. So explore, how to delve down into the deep space travel, creatures, running the game, and then an introductory adventure called the Black Ziggurat. Then the Outcast Explorer contains solo rules for running the Great Dark, which I always say I want to do, but I never do. So explorers and crew sheets. Game in summary is a pretty handy here. It's a game in summary. And Coriolis, you play explorers that work for the Explorers Guild. You go into expeditions and you travel around the Lost Horizon uncharted space, wild and largely unexplored part of space. During these expeditions, you'll journey on mighty great ships, trek across wild plains, and delve into ancient ruins left behind by the enigmatic builders that vanished without a trace some 500,000 years ago. So, all right. And then tells you where to go to read more about. Explorer, crew, and the bird. You're employed by the smallest guild of Ship City Explorers Guild. And You could be a delver, a scout, a burrower, a guard, an archaeologist. You have a special bird signed to you. It's an artificial species left behind by the builders. Also, they have mystical powers and are adapted to combat blight encountered. Okay. Take care of your bird, it'll take care of you. The ruins and the builders, what that's all about, which is all these artifacts. Ship and factions. So there's navigators, machinists, gardeners, Coriolites, and the Black Toad Syndicate. So, all right. So it just seems like it is related, maybe in after the uh, thing with the icons in the last Coriolis, because they do have the Coriolites that celebrate the icons. But maybe it would be interesting to see how this relates. That is my curiosity. So when I read it, I'll have to figure out how this relates to the quirks, how to name an appearance, the bird, what it's about, improving the crew, artists, and they kind of go through all the different roughneck, scholar, scoundrel, traveler. There's a mechanics. So I noticed in the quick start they got rid of effect dice. Right. So you can push your roll, of course. Um, so again, it's sort of the D6 mechanic, pull of dice, D6, and roll a 6 to succeed. Right. And then their talents as well. So combats and hazards. So you draw initiative cards. There's creatures of the dark, and they much like Dragonbane, they get initiative cards per amount of curiosity of a certain stat. This is called ferocity in here. Actions you can do, zones and movements, zone weapons. So, all right. So close combat is any attack and engage range no matter what. So strength in close combat. If you roll, you succeed, you hit your adversary and inflict your weapon's base damage on them. Extra successes rolled beyond the first increase the damage by 1 can be reduced by armor. That's kind of the way you can block. You can avoid being hit with a block. It turns an attack into opposed roll with strength with gear. So every success you get reduces the success that they get. So they have like, oh, something happened. No, you can still see me. Somehow my eye switched perspectives, but you didn't. Here they have like flow charts for close combat and for ranged combat here. And ranged attack, so there's a few you can dodge, you can dodge against it. Range of minimum, maximum range. Any attack closer than minimum is -2. This does not apply to attacks against unaware. A weapon cannot be used beyond maximum range. You never get a negative for firing at a defenseless, unwitting enemy. At engage range, then you get +2 dice for that. And firearms, you can use strength instead, and you have a -2 dice in melee. Have that there. Dodging, then there's cover, and it gives you an armor rating. So, right, so you make an agility roll for range, and again, every success, you do base damage, and then every success, etc. So there's full auto capability. So you could have, unfortunately, friendly fire is possible. Damage, you're broken by damage. So when you drop to 0 health, you're broken and collapse to the ground. And if you take additional damage while broken, you get a critical injury. So, all right. And you can make a move while you're broken, but not perform any full actions. All right. And then recovering health is first aid, med dose, and other ways. So stun damage, critical injuries. Okay. So, yep. And then there's critical injuries here. and a whole host of stuff, including double sixes, which is immediate death. So it's 6/5. So there you go. It's harsh, much like if you're familiar with Walking Dead. That's how the critical injuries work. Avoid combat. Could be one and done, depending. There's hope and despair as well. So you can be broken by the things that you see, as well as the things that bite you. So heart and blight. And there's mental trauma from the blight, apparently. So, and then they have other dangers, and then how blight can manifest. Everything from vacuum to sleep deprivation, I see, as well as explosive explosions, zero gravity, ships and vehicle combats, vehicle action. So that's interesting. Vehicles can do stunts, they can speed, critical vehicle damage, probably very similar, etc. Speed, maneuverability, things that you can ram. I wonder if they have fire-mounted weapons. They do have mounted weapons. Chases, chase mechanic. What the birds do, equipment and vehicles, and then they have like I want to see what their equipment looks like. So technology in the Lost Horizon. Um, Birds, I'm not going to delve into. They seem interesting. Well, I mean, there's no companion as vital as their bird. So it looks like a bird. It is a Garuda. Interesting. There are companions to the group, it seems. All right, so there's weapons and armor. Um, so I hope there's a table. So I just see like there's a fusillade, a coiler, a lumen. Yeah, here they are. Oh, that's cool. I like it. I like it when they kind of do weapons like this and they show you and they have all the stats, including the cost right there with you. So fusillade carbine, and they have bonuses to hit, much like they do in Walking Dead, and the damage, and then how much. Oh, if you get certain amount of successes, it's a crit as well. So pretty dangerous. So cool. The art's really neat and evocative. I really like that. The different suits and stuff that they have there, and then they have tables for these as well. If you find it difficult to read where the art is, it's kind of nice. So, and then how much damage they do, how much for a crit, etc. So, diving suits, and then they have like a whole host of tables for supplies, for food, services, digging explosives, medicine, decontamination, how much it cost, how much the weight is, kind of bonus they might give. Oh, whole host of ground vehicles as well. So a lot of equipment, much like you would expect in a sci-fi game. Um, Weapons for that equipment. And I wonder if there is how this compares to um, wet vehicle damage versus uh, non-vehicle damage. I wonder. It'd be interesting. All right. So then, okay, this is something called the diaspora. So the old horizon, the fleet left the old horizon behind following a weak signal originating from a cluster deep in space. It was a signal from the lost long arc ship Night Air. They disappeared before even reaching the old horizon. The fleet journeyed, and now they're there. It's called the Long Traverse as well. So I guess almost 200 years ago, a ragtag fleet of vessels left the horizon, embroiled in war and conflict. So I guess it's set maybe 200 years in the future when this diaspora leaves the old horizon, which is kind of interesting. Okay. The different great ships, the expeditions, what they found, etc., and what the blight is, or what happens when you delve too deep. And then guilds and factions as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed playing Coriolis. I played it a few times, and I have the wow, that's crazy. What great so his features of a great ship. So it's like the colony ships, right? That they have. So So it's more frontier, less established voyages across. They have shuttles, etc. Yeah, it's good. So let me check out the the black ziggurat on a moon is an enigmatic structure. Go check it out. So, all right, and then there's a situation, and then you go in with a pretty cool zone looking map. I like that. Various locations. Nice. It's pretty cool. Looks really good. Looks nice in the scans and mission briefing handouts, and then solo rules for the Great Dark. So on what you do. Oh, okay. There's delving procedures for that as well. So, and then experience and crew points, tables, there's events and stuff like that. So pretty good. Then they have like the inspiration for this. So Cross a Billion Years by Robert Silverberg, The Algebraist, Annihilation, Engines of God, Aversion by Alistair Reynolds, which I have not read. I like him. Inherit the Stars, I've read that. Um, Gateway, I see that. In the Kingdom of Ice, the grand and terrible polar voyage of the USS Jeanette. So yeah, so danger in travel and the like. The January Dancer, Gateway, like I said, Newton's Wake, Northwater, Perito Street Station, Piranesi, Revenger, again by Alistair Reynolds, The Terror by Dan Simmons, which I've heard of, not read, Thin Air by Michael Payer, How to Use Mountaineering in an Exciting About Backdrop. That's an unpopular book, mainstream book. The Wager, A Tale of Shipwreck, Mutiny, and Murder, and Walking to Aldebaran by Adrian Tchaikovsky. So pretty interesting. All right. Faded Suns is an inspiration as well. So pretty cool. Traveler, of course. So pretty nice. So that is the new incarnation of Coriolis. The core rules. It does take place in a different place than the old horizon, and it is a new horizon. So, and it's more exploration focused as opposed to established community, trader, merchant focused. I think that's the way the other one was kind of. So there you go, Coriolis, the Great Dark by Freely Games. Oh, I should is the designer was Costa Costulas, Niles Carlane, and Martin Grip. The art is by Martin Grip there. Graphic designs that you saw throughout by Christian Bernoff, including the maps as well. So very nice. Thanks again for watching and listening to the Geomologist Presents What's in the Box.